Hello, my name is Anthony Gorman and my business name is Anthony's Wooden Crafts. My product is my wooden reindeers and they're made from 100% ash. They're the best seller in Dunnes Stores during the Christmas time. I took part in the Student Enterprise Programme County Final when I was in third year and I was attending Tullamore College. 2018 is when I won the county final and I went on to the Ireland final. Ever since the county final, it's just given me a great boost and a great belief in my product. My business idea came 3 years ago. I came into school and I went into business, my business class, and they were all doing different topics on different types of business. No one picked entrepreneurship. I always was doing stuff in the shed with my dad. My dad always does something in the shed. He'd be spraying up stuff or anything like that, or welding anything. So I always had a great love for woodwork. And I was just messing around in the shed and I made up like this thing and it was like, it looked kind of like a horse, so it didn't really look like a reindeer at all. And then just one idea led to the next. I brought it into my nanny and she said, it'd be great to put on lights on the reindeer now, it would be lovely. So she had lights and she put on the reindeers and I glued them on and then brought inside to my ma and dad and they said the noses now would be brilliant. And it just one thing led to another then and just kept improving my reindeer. The biggest challenge of my business was probably reaching the demand for my reindeers. The first year of my reindeers when I put up on Facebook was mental. There was no way I could have reached it. There was definitely over 100,000 messages on my phone and there was no way I could have reached it. That was my biggest challenge because I just couldn't reach that target, so I had to set a smaller target. And just every year it's overwhelming, the demand for my reindeers. Yeah, my production process, it starts off when I go to the local supplier in Killy and his job is to take down trees if they're like overcrowding a forest to stop other trees from growing, or if they're a danger to like a house or a building or anything, if it's like going to fall in the house. So to stop him from using it for firewood or fossil fuels, I take it off him to reuse the wood. And ash lasts years so it doesn't rot. And then come home, chop it up and get them into all the right measurements and then get my lights and my bobbles and just plough into it then, have all the right measurements and get them going and make sure the quality's there. Taking part in the Student Enterprise Awards was really what made my business. It really gave me a feel for what taking over a business is really about and the responsibility that comes with a business. I went to the county final in Offaly, the intermediate one, and just meeting all the judges and talking about my business gave me a really feel of that I wanted to be an entrepreneur and I wanted to actually take this on full time. And winning the county final and the intermediate awards was massive, and to go on to the All-Ireland final was a dream come true. But the Student Enterprise Awards wasn't just about the county final or the Ireland final. They give you mentors and they helped me out so much, anything I needed, any advice I needed. And they gave me loads of interviews with local entrepreneurs for just advice on different skills and how to employ employees, and gave me great advice on starting my business. My advice to local entrepreneurs like myself around the country is to give the local enterprise programme a shot. It's really worth a try. When I started in 2018, I didn't know my reindeers would become what they are today. Top sellers in Dunnes during the Christmas and my top selling product on Facebook. And my biggest advice I give to businesses starting off, like I was, set a target for yourself. Don't just start a business for the sake of making money. Set a target. So say if you're starting now and finish in December, so say you're going to make 1,000 products in December and have them all sold. And when you reach that target, then take a couple of months off and set a new target, because if you have no goals or no target to reach, you lose motive for running your business and you lose interest in it. My highlight of being an entrepreneur was the first time, the first Dunnes Stores the reindeers got into was in Newbridge of 2021. And I remember on a Sunday, me and my family we went up just to see them displayed in Newbridge, and we brought up 100 the day before we went up. And just to see that there was only 5 or 6 left in Dunnes was probably the biggest highlight. And all the people just coming in. I think when we got there was two girls and they're looking at them and brought over their parents, and the parents bought the reindeers. And that was probably the biggest highlight. Just to see them on the shelf and they're flying out was probably the biggest highlight.